Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. From the 10. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. Singletary to get the drive started. They find some open field here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On second and 11 now. Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. First and 10 right at the 20. After the turnover, it's Tua. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game, but I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Now Allen. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 46 yards on the play.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses they can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 from Bengals TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Singletary again. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Takes it to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Tua now on 1st down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he will get to the first down marker as he slides to avoid the contact. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Tua to try again on 2nd down. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jalen Waddle, 44 yards. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. McPherson on for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0 our score after one. Here's McPherson now to send it away. Taken from about the 12. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Right back to Singletary on second down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. This goes out wide for Mixon.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Tua going to run the sneak, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They go right back to Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills are forced to settle for 3. So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go now.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Tua. He's got a man, complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in. Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Let's go.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, Black Mega. Ready.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On play action, here's Tua. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Ready, set. Six, mega. Right. Ready.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mega.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ready.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. On first down, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on. Right. The biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. To the right side and complete to Hurst. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. McPherson's kick is good, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here.
Kevin McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Taken from about the 12.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Singletary trying the left side. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Singletary, they'll go up the middle, and he is going to lose yardage here. That play ended for a net loss by Jesse Bates. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Hines. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their fan base at this point has to be thinking, is this finally the year we once again taste success in the playoffs? They're not there yet, but it's looking promising here in this fourth quarter. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon, and he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.